This is a really easy assignment to set up in Canvas that allows students to collaborate and kind of give each other feedback. This was a discussion post, and this assignment, students had to create a news article that explained some mysterious disappearances in their town. It had to reflect some of the readings that we had been doing in class, and those kind of revolved around Chinese Communist Revolution and some cartel stuff in South America, and so. They were kind of supposed to be based along those ideas. Did get some weird monsters and aliens type stuff happening, which isn't surprising. Not saying those aren't realistic, but they weren't related to the readings. Anyway, in this assignment, they had to write the news article, and then they were required to respond to at least 3 of their peers. And so just as an example of what that looked like, we have a news article here by Abby and why people are disappearing. And then we have some responses here from other students. And the format that we gave for the responses was respect, neglect, correct, which is a really easy one to remember. Respect is something I liked about what you said. Neglect is something that they left out or could have added more to. And then correct is any grammar, spelling type things. So really easy to remember and set up with that one. Being specific is obviously really important in that. But some students did a better job than others. This one's really good. It actually includes a quote. One thing I like is when you said that claims that these families are doubting their way of ruling the government. And one thing I feel like you neglected was the explanation of why people would not know if they had questioned the ways of the government. And so that's a pretty solid response, specific feedback to a student. We have, just a bunch of students collaborating and talking to each other and giving feedback. So easy collaboration assignment in Canvas. Okay, another easy tool to set up and easy to use in class is Pear Deck. So it's just peardeck.com. And you just have to create a teacher account. There's a lot of different functions in Pear Deck, but this one is called Pear Deck Vocabulary. And so it's right here. I'm going to go ahead and create a vocab list. I have some vocabulary in class we've been working on or that we just learned, and I want students to practice with it in a way that's kind of engaging and non-threatening. This is a great way to do that. And so you'll just go ahead and build your list here, terms and definition. I have one already built, so this is just student success, some character traits that make students successful in the classroom and future, hopefully. And so we got some words here. I'm going to go ahead and add another one because I think compassion is important. So compassion, feelings of sympathy with a desire to help. I think that's important. So anyway, so I have my list. I got 7 words now. I'm going to go ahead and play Flashcard Factory and kind of show you what that looks like on the teacher's side. And so you're going to have a code that the students will use. And this will just project on the screen. And give me a second to get students logged in real quick. Okay, so as you can see, I have 2 workers joined, and that's the size of my class today. So I'm going to go ahead and clock in. And got a day shift and a night shift. If you have more students, you'll see a large group of students on the day shift and night shift. So it's kind of like a competition between the 2 groups. And if you don't like the teams, you can shuffle them, but once you're satisfied with the groups, you'll go ahead and click Let's Play. They're basically going to be paired with somebody that they're going to have to work with, but they don't have to be really next to them to do that. They might have to have a conversation, though. So I'm seeing just kind of the overall factory here. And on my screen, as a student, I see integrity is the word. And so one student is going to have to draw a picture that demonstrates that word in some way. The other student's going to write a sentence. So usually you're working together as students to kind of make those things work together. So the sentence kind of makes sense with the picture. So I'm going to go ahead and give my students a chance to do that real quick, and then we'll take a look at what they're doing. Okay, so down here you can see that some students had submitted some things, and I can see they're working. So I have an example for at least one of the terms. So the next phase, this is a phase that you can either do, you're going to do it with the class and kind of review the things, but you can have a judge do this. You can be the judge. You can have them vote. But we're going to go to quality control and look at our examples. So integrity. The man was integrity when he watched the house burn. I don't feel like this really captures what integrity is, and it's not really used correctly. So there's a lot of reasons to not like this one. We have a house burning here. And I have some questions about this student as well, beyond this and their grasp of vocabulary. But here I'm going to go ahead and decline that one. Integrity. The man was happy when some dude returned his wallet. And we have a little guy here. Did you drop this? We have a wallet. And this guy's like, I did. Thanks. That looks like integrity to me. So I'm going to go ahead and improve that. And so this would be the end. Obviously, if you were doing this as a class, you'd have a lot more terms. And at the end, you're going to have a score. So we have the day shift and night shift. You can reward the team that has a higher score. We can also export it as like a list of flashcards that they can review. And so you can take a look at what that looks like at the end as well. So that is another great way to have students collaborate and work on something. And this actually has the definitions that I did originally, so at least they'll have the right definition. And then we have a little flashcard here. And so, yeah, students can review it. So that's another way to have students collaborate.